Okay, so now we've got this propeller, we need to do something with it. So first of all, we need to bring the aeroplane back so we can position this. So we're going to go to display, show, all. Airplane comes back. And then we need to position and resize this first propeller. So we'll do this in the front view, as that seems to be the best sort of place to do this. Okay, and I'm just going to move this to here, move it up about there, and I can see already that that's way too big, so I'm just going to scale this down, position it again, a little bit too big now, not too far away, and put that in place. In fact, I'm going to scale it down a little bit further, and I'll just have it sticking out a little bit, so I'll have that just like that. So that is now propeller 1 in place as far as the front view is concerned. Anyway, we just need to sort out the side view. So, undo that. I don't want the scale tool on. And I'm just going to move that to here, and that seems to be the right place there. So there we go. That is now one propeller put in place. If we have a look at it here, we can see that, yeah, that's not looking too bad. Okay. So it does look a little bit odd at the moment. We've just one there, so we'd better duplicate this. Now for this, I'm just going to hide the body of the plane so that it doesn't get in the way. So Control and H again, and then I'm going to select this propeller here, and what I want to do is just move the pivot point, which is a point around which it rotates, to be at the center of this cone. Now to do this, I'm going to go into my front view where I can see wireframe, which is going to be very helpful. And to get to your pivot point, you need to just press insert on your keyboard, and you'll see that your icon changes. Now what you can then do is, if you move this around, and I just want to move it up and down, if you press V on your keyboard, it should snap to a vertex, but it's not doing. Okay, well we don't need it to do that, although that should work. I'll just position it by eye to the center of this nose cone. It's important really that I get it as close as possible so that the rotations will work and it won't look odd when it's animated later. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then just press insert again to come out of that tool, and then you can press Control and D to duplicate the shape, and then move to your rotate tool and rotate out a copy of that, and it needs to move minus 90 degrees, and then Control D, do that again, rotate it out, and this is going to be minus 180, and then just for this one I'll duplicate it from here, Control D, go the other way, and that's going to be just, in fact undo that, that's gone wrong, just this one, and on the Z axis it's going to be 90. There we go, I now have 4 propellers on the front of my plane. There we go, so that's now looking a lot better. What I'm going to do finally is I'm going to parent these propellers to the nose cone, which means if I ever animate the nose cone, which I will do later, these will all follow it and will work as a propeller should. So what I'm going to do is just shift select all 4 of these to make sure I've got them selected, and then shift select the cone, make sure I get that last, and press P. And now whenever I select that cone, I will select everything. Yep. And then when I use my rotate tool, there we go, I've got some propellers. Look at it go. It looks like it could really fly. Awesomeness. Okay, so I'm going to undo that because that's now messy. Bring back my plane, display, show, all, ta-da! And that is looking damn sexy. Very sexy. Finally, what I'm going to do is parent everything to the plane, so that if I want to move the plane around, the propeller will follow that. So select the propeller, shift select the plane, press P again, and we are in action. So I've now got a plane that will move around. There you go, look at that. Oh, like real life. Undo that. and a propeller that when I have my rotate tool on, there you go, that'll rotate, looking pretty damn good. Okay, as far as the modelling goes then, these videos are done. There are still some details that I've not put on. If you look at the pictures, we've got, let's have a look at one of these pictures. We've still got some details, these little things here that I've not modelled on, little spikes on the wings, I don't know if they're guns, little engine-y chaps here, I think they're exhaust, a little aerial on top. So there are some details that you could put on your version. I might put those on before I go on to the texturing section of this exercise. You've got some air intakes here, one on the bottom. I'm going to leave those off just to keep it simple, but you could put those in if you're feeling ambitious. Other than that, I'd like to see what you create, so stick some pictures up on the Facebook page. Obviously, as long as it looks cool. It looking cool is pretty important. And other than that, I will see you in the next set of videos where we'll look at texturing this bad boy. Oh yeah.